A Nikki Haley supporter explained that while they are supporting Haley in the primary, if ultimately the nominee is Trump, they will vote for Biden over Trump. You know, we're going to look at, this is Jen Psaki from MSNBC interviewing this gentleman, and I believe he's a gentleman. Maybe I'm wrong. He is saying the same thing that some of my more moderate friends say, which is, I don't love Biden, but he's not terrible. Trump's absolutely disgusting. I'm supporting Nikki. And if Nikki loses, ultimately, I will vote for Joe Biden. That's what this individual says. Let's take a listen.
Have you decided who you're going to support on Tuesday?
Yes, I think I have. I think I'm a Nikki supporter.
Are you open to supporting Joe Biden?
I am. I voted for him in the last election. I haven't been pleased with some of his policies.
What have you been most displeased with?
Just the spending.
By the way, totally meaningless. I'm displeased with the spending. Oh, which spending? And do you know that a bunch of those programs are economically stimulative and they actually generate more for the economy than what they cost? It's not even worth it, right? Oh, I don't like the spending. Oh boy, give me a break, dude.
And his treatment of the border. I think we've got real problems that he's failing to recognize and do something with. But he's a much better choice than Trump.
All right. So that is not a super rare occurrence. It's not the majority of the Republican Party, but there is a slice of the Republican electorate that has that view. It's called putting what you believe to be best for the country ahead of what you believe to be best for your political party. And the question is, how big a slice of the electorate is it? One of my friends knows Nikki Haley's not going to win, but he's going through the motions. He's going to vote for her in the primary, assuming she's still in it by the time that he votes. And if it doesn't go that way, then Trump is not going to be the guy. Here's an interview also from MSNBC with a New Hampshire Republican who voted Trump twice, but says that that is not happening again.
And people who say that they plan to support her, you hear a mix of voters that are unlikely allies.
I consider myself a traditional Republican.
26-year-old Joseph Mueller is planning to vote for Nikki Haley in Tuesday's New Hampshire primary.
Policy-wise, I am more in line with Haley.
But the law school student and self-described moderate conservative says his support is driven by another candidate.
I'm thrilled to be back in the great state of New Hampshire.
Right now, Nikki Haley is clearly the one that has the best chance of defeating Trump.
And that's your top priority, defeating Trump.
That's my top priority.
The polling since Donald Trump's historic win in Iowa shows the former president leading by double digits in New Hampshire, but facing a tougher challenge from his former UN ambassador.
I voted for him twice, and I was just humiliated when I saw that the guy I voted for, the way he handled himself after he lost.
We need a new...
By the way, it's funny when listen, this seems like a perfectly nice guy. And he's, of course, come around to the logic of saying, I'm not voting for Trump again. That was crazy. But when Trump spends the entire summer before the 2020 election telling you exactly how he's going to behave after the election, and then he does it and you go, I was shocked by what he did. All right.
Generation of conservative leaders.
Mueller is a key part of the coalition of voters Haley has been trying to build, from conservatives open to a new party leader and anti-Trump Republicans to undeclared or independent voters who in New Hampshire are legally allowed to participate in the Republican primary.
All right. So you get it. A bunch of people who support Nikki Haley but won't support Trump. Obviously, from our perspective, the hope would be that that slice is big enough that it could be the difference maker for Joe Biden in states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, Georgia, etc. Tonight, we'll get some very useful data. Trump's going to win tonight. Again, I don't see any way when you look at the polling of thinking Nikki Haley will win. Trump's going to win. But the question of by how much and the question of and where do Nikki Haley supporters go next, those are the questions whose answers will be significantly informative for what's to come in November.